About a year ago, my 11-year-old son, who's a baseball player, started experiencing elbow pain. Very common, what doctors like to call little league elbow, a growth plate tendon issue that he was dealing with. And the doctor's first advice was shut him down. Shut him down, stop throwing, take minimum 3 weeks off. So right in the middle of the fall season, he had to stop throwing. No, this was the summer because it was right before the Atlanta All-Star game, because we went down to that and he had to wear a sling. So doctor says shut it down. Mom hears that. No throwing, all rest, shut it down. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking to myself, this is not what he should be doing. This is not going to work. That there is evidence from the 1990s that if you do the cold start, which is take 3 or 4 weeks off and then start throwing again, that you can injure your arm even worse. And I remembered all of this stuff. And I specifically remembered Leo Mazzoni and the Atlanta Braves teachings of the 1990s about how he kept Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, John Smoltz, and the rest of the staff so healthy during this time. And it was by continually throwing, even throwing through pain, as long as it wasn't a tear or a break, a broken bone. And so we followed doctor's orders and we sat him down for 3 weeks. And of course, as all parents know, that's excruciating when you want, and your kid is bored out of their mind. They don't know what to do. They can't throw. That's all they want to do because they're young and they're active and they want to move. But you don't do any of that, right? Well, sure enough, after 3 or 4 weeks, he starts back up. The elbow pain is worse. And so what does the doctor say? 3 more weeks. 3 more weeks. So then I decide to step in and intervene and do some research and look into Leo Mazzoni and the Atlanta Braves from the 1990s to try to bring my wife evidence and to try to say, this is not what he needs to be doing. He does not have a tear. He does not have a break. We need to be lightly throwing through this to build the tissue and the tendons back to strength through lightly throwing and having a throwing plan and throwing regimen. So sure enough, fast forward. So I get the green light. My wife finally says, all right, I don't like disobeying doctor's orders, but if you feel like you have a better plan, then let's try it. And sure enough, we start lightly throwing. And of course, he's a kid. Like, all he wants to do is throw. And he gets better and better and better over the 3 weeks. So instead of sitting for 3 weeks and then cold starting, we throw a little bit, just a little bit. 10 throws, 20 throws, light. We're talking 30%, 50% throw it. And he gets better and he gets better. And now he throws with more strength and velocity than he ever has because we put him on a plan. So I took that plan and I took the learnings from the Leo Mazzoni Atlanta Braves in the 1990s, some of the stuff from Trevor Bauer, who's like the modern version of this plan, which is a plan where other than one rest day a week, one full rest day, you are throwing or working out in some capacity to keep your arm strong and healthy. So I put all this together. I put it on a free website because I needed to. My wife said, you need to have a plan for him. So I put together these different Lego pieces and puzzle pieces, and I put it on this website that I started for free. It's called pitcherplan.com. So if you are looking for the same thing and if you have been skeptical about what the doctor's telling you and what a healthy arm needs to be so your kid can keep playing, and so you don't have to feel that excruciating pain of sitting on the sidelines. And if you're a coach and you have multiple arms that you want to keep healthy, so it could help parents, it could help coaches. So check it out. If you like it, you can sign up and it will give you all the plans. But I hope this helps, because I think there's a lot of parents out there and there's a lot of coaches out there who hear from doctors, and I'm not knocking doctors, and thinking through, how do I help this kid, this teenager, this 20-year-old, this 25-year-old keep a healthy arm throughout an entire season?